Juno, leave it. Juno. Juno. You're not supposed to be playing with that. Juno. No. What are you doing? Juno, say bye. You tired now? Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back and thanks for joining me for another pour. Tonight, I am going to be working on another round. I have a bunch of them, so I figured I might as well use them up. And I have a show coming up in November, so I just thought it'd be a good idea to work on a bunch of rounds and hopefully take them with me to the show in November. This is a 20 inch round. Pretty sure it was 20 inch. Let me see. Pretty sure it was 20 inch. Gotta love my little, yeah, it's 20 inch. So I have a 20 inch round. I've already primed it with a coat of gesso and I have taped the back. Before I get started, I'll show you a few of my dried pieces. For those of you who watched my video number 100, my milestone video, I did the blue. Let me move this before I knock it over. She is dry and I couldn't be happier with the results. So this board is going to get a coat of art resin on it, and I still haven't decided if I'm going to turn it into a clock or buy some legs for it and make it a table, or if I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I have this piece, which was 2 videos before that one. And then this one was my big, colorful, let me move this too. All right, so we don't have an accident. And then this one's all nice and dry too. And this was my colorful round. This one I'm gonna do a clock. This one was my second attempt video, and I'm definitely going to turn this one into a clock for sure. So that's going to be a clock. And then I have my 20 by 20 gallery wrapped Dutch pour with my blues and the antique copper. Now, I had put it on the floor to dry, and for some reason it wasn't level, and it ended up doing these streaks here. But I actually kind of like the way that turned out, because before it was just a straight line all the way across, and now it's got these lines here that weren't there before. So it actually, personally for me, turned out better. But that's my 20 by 20. So that worked out really nicely. And then the last piece I'll show you guys is my diptych on my 6 by 20 inch MDF boards. And I call this one Reflection because someone had said in one of the comments that it looked like icebergs, and then these were the under the water and then these were above water, which is actually pretty cool actually. I thought that was an interesting take, but it definitely looks like a reflection to me. So that's what this piece is called, Reflection. So those are my dried pieces. All those pieces except for the canvas, are going to get a coat of resin. So anything that I do that's wood gets a coat of art resin as a final layer on top. So those are my pieces. If anyone's interested in any of those pieces, they are for sale. So let me know if anyone's interested. My email is in the description below. All right, so I'm gonna get started. And tonight I'm doing all purples. Someone had asked me, I believe her name was Dale, I believe. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. She said, I love blues. Blues are my favorite color, but could you do a different color, like maybe purple? I said, sure, why not? I'll try purple. So I love purple. That's my next favorite color. So let's try purple. So while that's emptying out, I'll tell you guys what my colors are. We have Dioxazine Purple by Liquitex Basics. I have Prism Violet by Liquitex Basics. Brilliant Purple by Liquitex Basics. I have Violet by Artist Loft, which I've mixed in this little cup. And then I thought I would try Color Shift paint. I don't know if it's gonna work or if it's gonna look good, but this is called Purple Flash. So, and it's by Folk Art, and it's color shifting paint. So here it is in here, which is like kind of like a pinky purple. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Now I have on reserve here on the side Old Gold by Artist Loft. I don't know if I'm going to use it yet because, you know, this is an all purple pour. So I haven't quite decided yet. I'll figure it out in a minute, I guess. But we'll see. And so I'm just going to spread out the white with my awesome spatula. For those of you who are new and watching, if you want to know where I got this cool spatula, it's on Amazon. Check it out in the links below. I have a US Amazon shop and a Canadian Amazon shop, and they're both listed in there if you want to buy this really nifty spatula. And all the other things I use, torch and, you know, all that stuff's also listed on Amazon as well if you're interested in buying anything. What else? I'm not too talkative today. Let's see. I have my white. Oh, sorry. Right. So in here was my white mix, which is Floetrol and Artist Loft Acrylic Flow White, which is the same thing that's in here. It's just easy for me to use a squeeze bottle to get around and get all my edges covered. So I like to get all my edges covered. Just run my finger across. There's some gunk in that one. And let's see, do I have any stories? Oh, hope you guys enjoyed that little clip of Juno at the beginning of the video. I usually pour at night, like, I mean, it's 9:30 at night, and a lot of people were saying, oh, we want to see Juno. But at this time, it's pitch dark outside, and he likes to sit outside on the back deck on his favorite chair and sleep. So even if I tried to record him, he'd just be sitting out in the dark sleeping. So there wouldn't be much of him to see. So today I decided to record him during the daytime when he was messing around. And so hopefully you guys can see how much he's grown. He's such a big boy now. It's crazy how big he is. He's actually he's turning 6 months on August 23rd. So I can't believe it. He's going to be 6 months old already. Where does the time go? I tell you, it's crazy. All right, so I think I almost have this all covered. All right, I can deal with the rest after the fact. Just want to make sure I get most of the edges. All right, let me just get some up here because I can see the wood. All right, so let's get started and see what happens with purple, shall we? Okay, let's start. I guess it doesn't really matter what order we do it in, or I do it in. I'm going to pop all the bubbles first, actually. All right. Sorry, I'm just not liking the way this is looking here, so I'm just gonna add some more white. And just fix it. There we go. Oh, sounds like Juno has come inside from his slumber. All right. Okay. So starting with dioxazine purple. All right. And now we will do prism violet. And I always, if you use the squeeze bottles, I always just clean the tip before I actually start pouring, because there could be some dry gunk in there. And you don't want it landing on your canvas, or on your board. So just give it a good wipe just before you use it. You never know. Brilliant purple. So let's try that. All right. And now I don't have squeeze bottles, so now I'm going to use the violet. And for everyone who asks about the consistency, well, it's really hard to see when there's a shadow, but it's pretty runny. And then for those of you who are new and are curious about how I mix my paints in these squeeze bottles, check out the link that just pops up over there. I have a video that tells you my ratios of how I mix my colors in the squeeze bottles. All right, and now last but not least, we have the color shifting. What was it? Purple Flash or something like that? Is that what it was called? All right. So I think I'm actually gonna pass on the gold, only because I did the other one all blue, so I think I'm gonna stick to the same thing and just do all purple. So I have yet another bottle. These are really cool bottles. I just bought this from Dollar Tree. Super cool. I love them way better than the Dollarama. For those of you in Canada, these are Dollarama. These are Dollar Tree. They're bigger, and they're actually thicker plastic, so they're actually sturdier, and the lids are just so much better. So I really like that. All right, let's flood it. Add our white. Okay, now let's do this side. All right. All right, so let me just put the lid on this so I don't have a really bad accident moment here. All right, got my hair dryer. Let's torch these bubbles. All right, guys, let's blow the white over. All right, so the white has been blown over. So now I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna start here in the middle and blow halfway this way, and then go back to the middle and blow the other half that way. All right, so let's get going and see what we get. I touched it. See what I did? Where is it? I touched it. That's all right though. Wow, the cell action here is crazy. All right, so yeah, that's where I touched it because I can see bare wood there. But that's okay because I'm gonna blow this out. Wow, there's a lot of white cells going on in here, which is really cool. So I am going to blow it a bit and see what happens. Hope I'm not really interfering with the mic here and giving you guys some bad feedback. All right. Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to go next? A lot of people keep saying to me, oh, you should get a Lazy Susan. I really don't want a Lazy Susan. I've had so many people say that to me. I do know what a Lazy Susan is, and I tried it once long time ago and I did not like it. So I prefer not to use one. And I prefer not to use straws either. So a lot of people are like, oh, use a straw. I don't like straws either. I think I've mentioned that in a few of my videos. I don't like straws either. So I like to use my mouth. It's just, I find I have better control that way. So just use my mouth. Okay. That color shift is right here, and it's actually blue. I'll bring you guys in for a close-up, but it's actually blue in here, which is actually super neat. All right, so I'm gonna just blow a little more on this side, and I think I'm gonna be done. So just gonna turn it a bit. There are some serious white cells in here, which is crazy. That's awesome. All right, let's blow down here. Sorry if that is loud in the mic. I don't know what you guys are hearing with the mic when I'm blowing. So if it's really loud, I apologize, guys. All right. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it at that now. So let me just center it back up there for you guys. That's cool. All right, let's torch it and see what comes up. What's hiding underneath? Let's see. Lots of dark purple just came out there. And there. It's super cool to see what's lurking underneath when you and that's why it's important to have a torch, because some people ask, do you need a torch? Can I use a heat gun? You really do need a torch. Wow, there is all the prism violet hiding under that blob of white. I think that is good. There, I like that. I have something in my paint right there, and it's still there. So let me just add some white. There we go, and then that'll level itself out as it dries. So that's fine. And just, if you can see, if you're working on a board and you can see through the white and you can see the board, cover it. Because I've noticed that if you don't, you can actually see it when it dries. So just cover it, and don't worry if there's like, like a layer of paint higher than this, because it will level itself out. It totally self-levels as it dries. So don't worry about that. All right, guys, let me bring you guys in for a close-up. And before I forget, I mentioned this in, I think, my last video or so. When you're done, take your finger and run it across the bottom like this. All these drips underneath actually pull the surface of your paint on top and pull it down, because it's dripping and it's actually pulling down the paint on top. So if you want your piece to stay hopefully the way it is, just run your finger across and just get rid of all the drips that are underneath. And then if you can remember to come back like half hour later, and do it again, because there are going to be drips again for sure. So just come back to it and just give it one more quick run around with your fingers underneath, because it'll really help with the paint dripping or pulling off the top of your canvas. You see, like, all that extra is just gonna pull all your paint down. All right, so there it is. I'm actually pretty impressed, pretty happy with the result. Let me take this, let me clean the paint off my fingers. All right, take this off and bring you guys in for a close-up. All right, so lots of white cells, which is crazy. Not really sure how I got all these white cells. It could be the way I mixed my white bottles and those new bottles, the new Dollar Tree bottles, because I don't measure those ones. I measure all my colored paint with a scale and all that, but I do not measure my white. I just eyeball it. So that could be the reason. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about purple? Like, I mean, let's face it, blue is the best. I love blue, but purple is actually pretty cool. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you are a new watcher and you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when new videos are uploaded. And I think that's it. Check out all my links in the description below, all my social media. Oh, and one more thing before I go. I had a lot of people ask me about this, my cabinet here. So this cabinet has all my art supplies in it, and a lot of people were either private messaging me or asking, where can I buy this cabinet? Well, you can't. My daddy made it for me. So he is a woodworking guy. And I said, Dad, I need something where I can put all my paints in. And he said, okay, no problem. And this is what he made me. So I'm a very lucky girl. Here, I'm kind of doing all this backwards. But very lucky girl because my dad makes the coolest things. So yeah, it's really convenient to have. I have everything at my fingertips. So sorry for those of you who are wondering where I got it. You can't buy it because my dad made it. So anywho, that's it. Here's my little señorita. Thanks for watching, guys, and I think that's it for now. I'll have another video coming up soon. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.